faces. Honestly, big thank you to our fans for doing what you do. We love you guys so much. Thank you. We see the effort, we see the energy, and then we cannot and will never ever take it for granted. We love you, and we're using this medium to say a very, very big thank you to all our fans out there for your amazing, amazing effort. By the way, we've made major updates for you guys. You can now stream us live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube simultaneously. All you have to do is pick up a channel that is most convenient for you and go there to stream us. Anyways, let's see what the news look like. Before the news, there's an adage that says, if you live in a glass house, you don't throw stones. Anyways, let's go through what the news look like. I will begin the news with BURNA Boy, and then it looks like BURNA Boy still has a lot of conversations to make, and softly he is doing them beats by beats. We saw where he came out to say, until the lions tell the story, the hunter will always be the hero. Now, at this point, another person asking questions. What is BURNA Boy saying? Who is he accusing? Who is the hunter? Who is the lion? And all of that. BURNA Boy is still keeping us in parables, and we are sure that in full days or coming days, he will spill more details as it concerns what he meant when he mentioned this. Moving on, we saw BURNA Boy Outside album have just surpassed 320 million streams on Spotify. That's an amazing one for BURNA Boy, and obviously it is worthy of a congratulation. Moving on, we saw BURNA Boy Naughty by Nature featuring Naughty by Nature have surpassed 5 million streams on Spotify. And obviously on the project Toys Are Stall, every single song have now surpassed 5 million streams on Spotify. BURNA Boy Ye, the official music video for Ye, have also just surpassed 250 million streams on YouTube. Our views rather on YouTube, and another amazing one, massive jam. Ye at the time was one of the biggest songs when it came out. A lot of people want to give credit because when Ye was buzzing, Kanye West also was buzzing, and a lot of time people said, okay, because of Ye also was buzzing. But regardless, it was an amazing one, and it deserves all the credit it's getting. 250 million views on YouTube is no gain feat, and we say congratulations to BURNA Boy on that one. Moving on, we saw BURNA Boy City Boys have just surpassed 1 million Shazams, and that is the first song off the I Told Them album to reach that milestone, 1 million. Moving on, we have DAVDIO as the next guy on the news. We saw where David Crane came out earlier of the day to announce that him and Portable are coming out with a diss track, which they call 001. O means OWE, like owing someone like debt, and then they called that one 001. And Portable was saying in the studio of David Crane, getting the song done. People came out to say, for Portable, you have on different podcasts and interviews come out to say you love DAVDIO, so how come the same man you love, you're coming out to do a diss track for him? It does not make sense. Moving on, we saw DAVDIO eulogizing his son yesterday, where he posted the peace emoji that represents one who lost somebody and wishing the person farewell and all of that. And it was a sad one for DAVDIO last year, where he lost Ifeanyi. And obviously, for the 1 year remembrance, DAVDIO came out to just post that one to show that indeed he misses his son. We saw Amaju Pinnick coming out to sue DAVDIO for the sum of 2.3 billion naira for damages, and obviously saying he has to also pay the money he was paid for performing and all of that. And at the same time, issue out a public apology on all his social media platforms and then on 4 daily newspapers, and he must do that for 4 days after paying 2.3 billion, and obviously the money he was paid to perform, about 70 million naira, and then $18,000 for the aircraft that was gotten for him. Moving on, we saw Abu Salami also following suit, and at the same time suing DAVDIO again for the amount of money. At the point we saw where there was a back and forth between him and David over the sum of 218 million naira, where he said that DAVDIO was owing him because he didn't do the part of the deal of the business, and then hence he was owing him 218 million naira. Moving on, DAVDIO came out today to say, when I discovered you randomly on the internet with your cover videos, so making a timeless album, I instantly knew you were born for this. Now it's your goal. Your debut EP, Ravi Out at Midnight. I wish you all the best. I wish you all the very best ahead of Moravi. It's Ravi time. Let's go. So obviously, Moravi is coming through with her EP, Midnight, and we are waiting to see what she has done. For Logos, we've seen Logos about 2 singles, but then Moravi is yet to stun us with our own personal work. And for Midnight, we're going to be seeing her EP, and we all can't wait to see what Ravi would look like. Davido came out to say our EP is too good. We might have some new Davido music at midnight, Moravi. So most likely Moravi might just have to feature Davido on one of the songs. But then come midnight, we'll know full details about that. Davido came out to say again, I am actually our biggest fan. You all will understand by midnight at Moravi. Trust me, this build up is massive and we all can't wait for midnight. Moving on, we saw Tems, or we have Tems as the next guy on the news. Tems came out to reminisce about what happened about Uganda thingy. But before then, she explains that when she's in the country, that's Nigeria, she does not go out because it's quite disturbing. A lot of people want to see her and all of that. And then she's saying because of that, she can't go anywhere, basically. She can't go to the grocery store and all of that because the attention. And obviously, she's a big star. And it just means that when you come back home, we celebrate you in the way we know how to do it best. Moving on, we saw where she came out to explain what transpired at Uganda when she and Omale went there for performance. I think that was during the COVID period and all of that. She explained how she was in the hotel room with her manager, and the police guys came, asked that they follow them downstairs, and then she said Muyiwa went with them downstairs, and they came back saying she must go with them, and then she explains that she went with them, and from there they embarked on a very, very long trip, and they found out she was in prison. Back and forth, how she explained she had to build up confidence, how she had to wink at prisoners, hear their story, and she explains that after that, or during the experience, she discovered that, you know what, I'm not going to care about what people think about me or say about me. And moving on, she explains how she now started dressing anyhow because to her, she does not care about people's thoughts or opinion about what she does. And then she explains that she also spent about 2 nights in Uganda. And at the point we saw, she explains that Muyiwa's father actually went to the president of Nigeria at the time, Buhari, that was His Excellency Buhari at the time, to explain the situation. And the president called Uganda president, and that was how they were released. She, Muyiwa, and Omale. Moving on, we saw where she also explained the pregnancy thingy. She said she was also shocked to see people saying online that she was pregnant. She explains that she went for a fashion show and she most likely would have eaten too much and she forgot to suck in her belly. In her words, she forgot to do that, and she saw the pictures, which actually make it look like, oh, okay. But then she didn't think it was going to go that far. And then she explains that her mom and cousins called her and they were like, that's a lie, right? And then she said she did not expect that it was going to be that far. But obviously, she debunked it, saying she was not pregnant at the time. Moving on, we have Rema as the next guy with a long conversation. Rema spoke where he said, everything they doubted, everything they laughed at me for, I built on it. They called me Indian boy. I went to India. I'm the first artist to shut down 4 cities in India, about 5,000 capacities and above. No one can deny that I have impacted Afrobeat on a global scale. He went on to say, the clearest vision I have right now is that I'll open so many new territories to Afrobeat. A lot of artists have been to major cities, but not smaller countries. I have performed in countries with a population of 1,000 people, cause my music could go there. That's the vision for me. Opening doors and creating bridges. I am the bridge to a lot of undone things. I already put in the work and I know what is yet to come from me and I'm ready. He also went on to say, I am not saying I want to stop, but if I say I want to stop right now, my name is still going to be on the Afrobeat Bible. If there is an Afrobeat Bible to be dropped, I will literally be the New Testament on the front page, coming from Rema. He went on to say, I have been able to let things out, but on the real note, I do not talk. I'm quiet. I don't share no stories. I don't express nothing. If I'm hurt, I still smile like nothing. Nobody knows anything about me. I feel like slowly I've learned more about life. I am growing up to be a man. I feel like anyone who loves my music will get to understand my point of view, understand my hustle and everything over time. He also went on to say, Afro rave is my perception of African music. It is from the root of Afrobeat. I cannot deny the inspirations from Afrobeat and the Afrobeat legend. Also, whatsoever that I have with Afrobeat is still an evolution from whatever rap sound I've heard. Even if you listen to me from 2019 to now, the sounds keep evolving. Finally, he said Nigeria has like 156 or more cultures, but the people are distinctive in the way they think, the way they behave, the joke they make, the way they react, and they are very expressive. They make up a lot of words, and when it's popular, it's a thing. We are just fond of creating words, and sound effects coming out from Rema. Obviously, all he have said, if you look deeply, you discover that they are all through coming from Rema. He has done a lot for Afrobeats and is worthy of recognition. My name is Daki. We'll catch you guys on the very next one. Stay